As the judge handed down the verdict, the federal courtroom in Las Vegas was filled with the sound of heavy breathing. Rick Harrison and Austin Chumlee Russell were so shocked that their sentences collapsed under the weight of the situation. The shocking scene demonstrated the enormous stakes of the case and shocked the viewers. A once-in-a-lifetime opportunity that the television stars who had ruled the airwaves for so long could never have imagined. The announcement of the final verdict, which marked the incredible end to their public existence, changed everything in an instant. But why did the court system and the beloved porn stars' personalities end up in such a surprising and stressful confrontation? Rather than being a routine case, this spectacular court battle pitted popular TV stars against cold, hard facts. All the information you need regarding the sudden court battle that shocked the audience and altered their view of the icons of History Channel is right here. Make sure to press that like button, share this video to help spread the word, and drop a comment below if you're interested in hearing the untold stories of the porn stars and their intense court battle. To ensure you don't miss any of the channel's forthcoming fascinating content, subscribe now. Allow me to immerse you in the story. On History Channel's smash hit show Porn Stars, two of the most prominent figures in reality television are Chumlee, Harrison, and Russell. They are well known for their different personalities, extensive knowledge of history, and unparalleled talent for making each episode feel realistic. Famous incidents from their 10 years of television work include high-stakes discussions and groundbreaking historical discoveries, and captivating conversations that have enthralled audiences around the globe. Beyond their television successes, though, they have left an impression of ambitious businesspeople who took a family pawn shop and turned it into a worldwide phenomenon via their impact on the collectibles market, their efforts to popularize history, and their deliberate decision to build a tourism empire in Las Vegas. Business savvy, historical knowledge, and a dogged dedication to the transaction were the cornerstones of Harrison's television career. Although he had reservations about the show's premise at first, he was determined not to let those reservations define him. His focus instead shifted to expanding his television empire and pawn business for precious metals. He became one of the most famous American businesspeople as a result of this. He became known as a cunning and honest pawn shop owner after receiving rave reviews for his performances. Harrison stands out because of his talent for engaging and informatively educating audiences about historical relics, which he does in a way that is accessible to people of all backgrounds. Their entrepreneurial spirit was on display in their behind-the-scenes companies, even while their television work brought them fame. They made millions after branching out from the show's personal brand into restaurants, merchandising, and appearances, where they eventually found themselves embroiled in a court struggle that could derail their carefully constructed empire. After Pawn Stars' success, the course of action for both legal and illegal businesses diverged significantly. Following the debut of the show, gold and silver pawn shops skyrocketed in popularity, eventually becoming one of the top tourist spots in Las Vegas, drawing in millions of people every year. They became an enduring emblem of the American spirit of enterprise, thanks to their cautious sales tactics and high level of brand recognition. Even though federal investigators encountered some initial problems, the intricate network of transactions involving many states and companies presented significant hurdles. Just a fragment of conclusive evidence finally surfaced. As time went on, tensions rose due to the glaring difference between the public sector and the purported underground operations. Harrison frequently informed reporters during the initial probe that the foundation of their firm was knowledge and fair dealings. However, tough love forges your character. Even though the accusations appeared to have nothing to do with our real operations, I was adamant about cooperating completely. Their defense became more systematic and public as a result of this resolve. Harrison and Russell were meticulously transparent, despite claiming innocence, in contrast to many of their fellow federal inquiry suspects who chose to remain silent. As they addressed the effects of the inquiry on their company at a press conference, they were portrayed as innocent bystanders who had been unfairly prosecuted. As the public support and the body of evidence both reached new heights in the early 2020s, the two stood in sharp contrast to one another. Prosecutors covertly obtained financial documents revealing mounting worries about the appearance of a complex criminal organization functioning behind the lawful pawn shop firm, while fan movements announcing their innocence attracted millions of followers. But the increasing legal scrutiny was a problem for Harrison and Russell, endangering their claimed operational problems from being revealed. In response, their legal team devised ever more complicated plans. As Harrison said in an unusually open interview, "It has been painful to face accusations that are at variance with our public image. We resorted to our strongest suit, honesty and openness, in the hopes that the public would be satisfied." The prosecution's laser-like focus stood in sharp contrast to the defense's arguments. By 2022, there was a huge chasm between their public image and the alleged wrongdoing. Federal prosecutors had built a case involving over 15 million illicit transactions and complex money laundering methods via the pawn shop, which was about to be unveiled in the most shocking manner imaginable, even though their followers continued to trust in their innocence. After years of inquiry, this resulted in criminal charges. Thomas Richards, a forensic accountant, uncovered these complex patterns of transactions in their company accounts during an audit of sealed financial records in 2022. There is a blatant attempt to launder illicit funds using legal company channels in an effort to hide their true identities. During a congressional hearing that was widely circulated among experts in financial crime, Richards provided an explanation. The financial records were the center of attention in the legal circles as law enforcement examined the intricate network of transactions involving the pawn shop and many shell corporations. Prosecutors disclosed documents 1 week later that estimated the organization had laundered about $15.7 million using complex structures meant to conceal operations over many years. This was no ordinary accounting mistake. According to the chief prosecutor, these structures necessitated meticulous planning and ongoing maintenance throughout the years. Harrison and Russell were both instrumental. The last piece of the puzzle appeared to be this growing body of information that pointed to an alleged financial criminal operation. In a matter of weeks, federal prosecutors had collected evidence and indicted Harrison and Russell with numerous counts, including extortion and conspiracy to launder money, which, if proven guilty, could result in life terms. Money wasn't the only issue with these charges. They posed a serious threat to the public's perception of them as trustworthy businesspeople who were well-informed and dealt fairly, qualities that had made them famous on television. The entertainment industry was rocked by the legal actions, which some experts are describing as the most monumental case involving reality TV stars ever. Remarkable information regarding the purported criminal organization running the pawn store was uncovered in court documents. According to 2018 internal communications, some individuals had really expressed concern about the potential for disclosure. Nonetheless, they made a deliberate choice out of concern for their public image. An urgent redesign was recommended prior to any future transactions, since the current structure poses an intolerable risk of detection, according to one confidential document. Harrison and Russell's entrance into the courtroom on the first day of the trial set the tone. As government attorneys stacked piles of financial data before them, financial investigators were obviously watching their every move. Facing the legal consequences they had long evaded, the adored TV stars who had previously delighted millions were suddenly in the spotlight. There is a massive, organized effort to launder money at play here, Your Honor. A meticulous investigation was launched, with the perpetrators constructing an image of a lawful enterprise while knowingly dealing with illicit funds totaling millions of dollars. The presentation of recently found financial data in court rapidly escalated the trial's tensions. While his lawyer presented particularly damaging information, Harrison could be seen shaking his head firmly and leaning in to mumble. During the difficult questioning process, Russell seemed to be getting more and more upset as the prosecution detailed his alleged role. In your testimony, Agent Miller, did you say that Mr. Harrison oversaw these deals personally